people are people. You know what I'm saying? I love people. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things that I was able to see. Just that, like, you know, I was able to relate to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this man rapping and da-da-da-da. I did a fucking extra credit song for the rap teacher and rapped the quadratic formula. You know what I'm saying? X equals the opposite of B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC. 4AC all up over 2A, and I cooked up the beat. You know what I'm saying? And bam, extra credit. And this, I'm 15.
Welcome, everyone, to the Simple Conversations podcast show. I am your host, Daniel Balwager. Today is a very special day for me. I have an amazing guest, and I'm just so grateful that he's been able to come here and spend time with me, come into my space, hang out with me and my friends, and have a good time. So let's just get right into it right away. Ladies and gentlemen, today we shine a spotlight on one of the true pioneers of trap music. With his signature sound, marked by hard-hitting drums and melodic hooks, he stands as a maestro behind several chart-topping hits that have become anthems of our time. Born into a musical legacy, his father is a distinguished member of the Memphis Symphony Orchestra, and his mother, an opera singer, gave him the gift of rich musical heritage. His name resonates with the echelons of mega hip-hop artists Jeezy, 2 Chainz, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Young Dolph, Chris Brown. The list goes on. Grammy Award-winning producer and now author of his new book, Behind the Hits, hailing from the soulful city of Memphis, Tennessee, Drumma Boy. Welcome, Drumma.
What's happening? What's happening? How you doing?
Man, Drumma, thank you so much for coming through, man, and coming to kick it with me. It really means a lot to me. Well, I'll tell the audience our story. You know, we go way back a couple of years when you decided to start your podcast, Beauty and the Beats, with Jessica Dime, and you were looking for a graphics package.
Yes, sir.
And I was freelancing with Live Canvas Studios. Shout out to Live Canvas. They're doing really great things, bringing a lot of awesome creators in a space to where they could showcase their art on a level and also work in a professional environment. They're amazing. And they reached out to me and told me that you needed some graphics for a podcast. And I was like, what? Drumma Boy? Are you kidding? I am a huge fan of you, bro. Like, I love your music, and it's always had an impact on my life. And I was like, yes, anything for Drumma. I was ready.
Absolutely, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. Shout out to Live Canvas, too.
Man, that's what's up, bro. And honestly, I feel like I want to do something a little different. I feel like your life is well documented. Everybody knows that you've got the hits on hits on hits, and they know your life story, where you come from. And I think right now I just really want to enjoy the music that you've made with you. So there's a list of tracks that I decided to pick that have had an impact on my life as well as millions of people all over the world. And I would like to know your process of how you go through this as far as making your music, getting in the production studio, where were you at in your life? And also, like, how did this track or this music affect your life personally during that time when this song came out?
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with one here, which I'm sure everybody knows.
Hey, what's happening, homie? This is Lil Woe Plies, man. Hey, Payne, I want you to tell about your Shawty, homie. And I'm going to tell him about mine, dog.
Even though I'm not your man, you're not my girl, I'ma call you my Shawty. 'Cause I can't stand to see you treated bad. I beat his ass for my Shawty. And we ain't did nothing that we ain't supposed to do, 'cause you my
Classic.
Yeah.
baby girl, you know I be home. Keep me on.
Hey, we just did the new version of that, man. Shout out to Kodak Black. If you ain't heard the latest version, Major 9, Kodak Black, Shawty. You know what I'm saying? It's on Major 9 new album. Go get that. You know what I'm saying? We going crazy, man. We brought it back. We reinvented it. again.
Yeah. So how was that process when you actually made this beat? Where were you at this time? Were you in Atlanta? Were you in Memphis? What was going on during that time when this track came out?
Man, me and my brother made this beat. R.I.P. Insane Wayne. You know, he was playing me the sample that he chopped up in my kitchen in the condo I got, you know what I'm saying? And man, he was playing me the joint and I was just like, man, that's another smash. That's another smash. And I put some drums to it, you know what I'm saying, and added a few little elements. And I was like, man, let me get this one off. And you know what I'm saying? And I got it to some people. He was thinking about some other artists he wanted to get it to. And I was just like, nah, man, let me get this one to where it need to be. And next thing you know, T-Pain was on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Plies did his thing. We had to leak it in Miami because there was a lot of other people trying to get that same beat. So we had to leak that record in Miami, and it became one of the hottest records in Florida within like a week.
So how was it when Plies heard that track and replied to you and you guys had that conversation?
He was just like, man, we got one. You know, he knew we had something special. And it was just like, you know, if me and you believe in this and we both believe in it, let's go ahead and push it. Let's don't wait on the label. Like, let's not, you know, we can't wait on them because they, you know, the label was trying to shop it to everybody on the label and see who came up with the better record. We already knew we had the hit record, so it was up to us to go ahead and make it to where the label gotta fuck with this version because it's already popping in the streets.
So how is the energy in the studio when you make this and then you play it back loud and you're in there? What was that feeling like?
I mean, it always feel great just being able to deliver and, you know, seeing that somebody like, you know, they call me because they want my music. So I already know they like my music, but it's like each time you shoot, it's a different shot. You know, not every shot's gonna go in. You know what I mean? So you gonna miss some shots. And, you know, just being able to, I guess, shoot enough shots necessary to make sure that you hit your goal. Like Steph Curry, he might have a goal every night to hit 30 or hit 40. You know what I'm saying? He might feel like one night, okay, I'm going to hit 60 tonight. I'm going to hit 70 tonight. Like some nights you feeling special. You see what I'm saying? But it's X amount of shots that he has to shoot, whether it's 20, 30, 32, 33 shots, like, you know what I'm saying? And he might be 23 out of 30 of the night, or he might be 11 for 11 on the night, like, you know what I'm saying? So it just is about getting them shots and making sure that each shot you take is an accurate decision.
That's what's up, man. So now that you're in the process of creating the track, you deliver it, it's now being played on the radio, it's playing in the clubs. What was that feeling like, being outside and feeling that energy of your music being played everywhere in the country?
It's the same feeling I got when I was like 16. We packed out a club, and it's like once you had that feeling as a youngin', like nothing is better than the first time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it just magnifies that, and it humbles you and just makes you want to keep going. Like, damn, okay, these folks still fucking with me, or damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people like this type of shit. Okay, I'm gonna make more of that. It's like if you a chef and you made a pot of gumbo, or you made this particular dish that is your specialty or whatever, and it's sold out within, you know, minutes. You're gonna go back and make that dish. You're gonna figure out what was in that recipe that people love so much, and then zone in on that and then make different variations of that. So, you know, it's just about studying your customer, studying your audience, studying your you know, your marketing side, and understanding the marketing behind it. And I think that all it just pours onto what's natural, what naturally just takes off, takes flight. You know, it just naturally pops. Whether it's home decor, whether it's landscaping, like whatever you do, it's just about that passion and the way you sprinkle your seasoning on your sauce.
Man. So looking back in hindsight, what does this track personally mean to you?
It means a lot. It means brotherhood. It means that you can turn nothing into something, you know what I mean, and make it from nothing to everything, you know, just with a dream, just with a goal and a craft, just with the skill set that you have perfected and mastered. You know, you can do anything. So, you know, that's what that music, every hit that I have, that's what that means to me, is that I've mastered my craft and I've delivered in the highest result possible.
Man, that's fire. All right, well, let's go to another track. You ready? Let's keep it going.
Put on.
Yeah.
Classic.
Man.
I put on for my city. On for my city. I put on for my city. Put your sis up, man. Put your hood up. Put your city up.
West Side, baby.
I don't care if
Let's
you
go.
watching this on YouTube, you watching this in your car, you watching this on your computer.
Man.
Rep your shit. Yeah.
Man.
Hey, yeah, boy.
Man.
Hey, yeah.
That track right there, man.
That was a blessing, man, from Jeezy. Jeezy on Standing Ovation, he was like, man, you come through for me on this. We locked in.
Man.
And we locked in, and I went on to do White Girl and, Look and Quickie on the USDA album.
Fire album.
Go Get a Remix. You know what I'm saying? I did I'm the motherfucking realest. They lies, they phonies, they fakes. You know what I'm saying? I did You Did. You know what I'm saying? I did Get Your Gangsta On. You know, a lot of just street independent joints, you know what I'm saying, with Jeezy. And we just went in after I did that Standing Ovation. And I always said, like, man, I got to get that single with Jeezy. Like, I got to get something that's so crazy. And it's crazy because he was working on the Recession album. And he was done with the album. Like, literally done. But he was like, man, shit, pull up. Bring me some of this shit. He was in the studio. And I pulled up on him with a CD. Probably like 5 beats on that joint. Mind you, he done with the album. All I had was 5 beats. I had just made this shit. I was mad. I was pissed off. I had just made some crazy shit. I was like, man, can't nobody but Jeezy understand what I just cooked up. And I took it to him. You know what I'm saying? I pushed play right in front of him. And I played the first beat. He's like, go to the next one. I played the second beat. Whoa. I need that. I played the next beat. Whoa. I need that. I played the next beat. Go to the next one. I played the last beat. Whoa. I need that. That's 3 out of 5. That's a pretty high percentage.
That's a pretty
more
good
than,
Steph Curry
that's
number.
More than, yeah,
those
that's
are
3 out of 5 shots.
Those are Steph Curry's first half numbers right there, 3 out of 5
You
right
see
there. You know what I'm saying?
So the 3 out of 5 turns into Hustler's Ambition.
Love that track.
Amazing. Bitch, I'm amazing.
Man.
Look what I'm blazing. Eyes so low. Come on, man.
Play that
Like,
right. I got that right there.
come on, man. Hey.
This shit was fire too, bro.
You see what I'm saying? And stop that joint right quick. So look, the last song that I do is I Put On. Featuring Kanye. At the time, I don't even know Kanye finna be on this motherfucker. I just know Jeezy goddamn picked 3 beats from me for this Recession album. I don't know what the names of them gonna be. I ain't heard no rap, no nothing. He ain't do no rapping in front of me. He just picked the beats and was like, I appreciate it, nigga. I'm gonna keep you posted on which ones is which, nigga. Da-da-da-da-da. And a week later, the nigga was like, boy, we got some shit, nigga. And like an hour later, I hear on the radio, Miss Shanika like, Drumma Boy, you done did it again. This that new heat, y'all. I Put On for my city featuring Kanye West. Ooh, Jeezy, I love this. And the song come on.
Man. And it not only is a song, it was the lead single for the album, bruh. The lead single.
I finally had a single. It was like, bro, that's when I felt like I made it. I Put On for my city. I ain't never said that, but that's the moment I felt like I made it. It was like I'm putting my city on. I know Memphis going crazy for a nigga like, man, we made it out there, Chubb, man. Look what we doing, nigga. We on the motherfucker. And what's crazy is that my favorite shit always been the Chicago Bulls. So anytime I was down or depressed or stressed or, whatever the fuck, not happy, mad, sad, you know what I mean? The Chicago Bull game, come on. especially when they at home and they turn them lights off all black and it
classic. Fire.
And I was like, bro, I'm finna flip this shit and make it my own. And it's so in my head, I could still hear the introducing the starting lineup to the Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And it was like, it just felt like an anthem. Before music, before rap was on it, it felt like an anthem. Like that's them beats that you know this shit finna be something. It's just about you having the discipline. Cause you know what I'm saying? There was a couple of people I could have played that beat for. But I knew like out the first dibs, I gotta at least give him the shot. Now if he don't like the beat, if he skip it, all right, cool. Then I'll play it for some other people. But I just gotta go to Jeezy first. And it did.
Man, that is so wild that I didn't know you pulled from the inspiration from the Chicago Bulls intro in the 90s and found a way to put your twist on it and create an anthem for the country, everybody, the world, wherever you're at, you're going to put on, and that's what people are going to play. And I'll tell you what, from attending countless basketball games, NBA games, college games, high school games, bro, this song is played in every arena before a game somewhere because every team can relate to that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then we did Lose My Mind. Plies, 12:45, about that time. Like, man, come on, they play that in all the clubs, all the games and anthems. Like, we make anthems, bro. What's in my pocket, dog? Big face honeys. We put multiple on the board for Plies, for Jeezy, for it don't matter who you. First time I get with Migos, we do Look at My Dad. I don't know them, they don't know me. They just reached out for some beats. This, you know what I'm saying? First time I get with NBA Youngboy, we do We Poppin', featuring with Birdman. I ain't been to sleep in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just about, you know, having fun and delivering and just being prepared when the opportunity presents itself. Man, I have inventory like a motherfucker. I have beats on beats on beats, but more importantly, I have so much to pour from my spirit. I have eternal water. You know what I'm saying?
And never gonna run out, bro. Like, it's just gonna keep overflowing.
You thirsty for a life-changing moment, it comes through the music and it comes through the conversation. It comes through the sportsmanship of the craft. You know what I'm saying? And just really appreciating music. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to be number one in music, but we don't have music appreciation. We don't even appreciate the shit enough to learn the fucking notes, learn the basics. C sharp, B minor, B major. What key I'm in, being able to read some type of theory. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just gonna play by ear forever.
So when it came to music, what did you learn from your parents, or what did you pick up that got you to learn to just understand all of what goes on behind creating music?
I think with anything, my dad just drilled fundamentals and the principle behind it. Whether I'm gonna be a doctor, whether I'm gonna be a lawyer, whether I'm gonna be a basketball player. Yeah, it's cool to have the street ball tactics and the fancy moves and whatnot, but you gotta have the fundamentals. You gotta be able to dribble. You gotta have peripheral vision. You gotta be able to see to your left, see to your right without turning your head. Reading the passing lane, playing defense. Those are certain things that make you a triple threat. Not only am I scoring the ball, but I'm getting steals too, which adds to more points. You know, I got 12 points off of steals alone, plus the 20 points I put up. So that is 32 points. You putting up more numbers because of the defense that you play. You know, the blocks that you're able to get and so on and so forth. And that goes for, you know, anything else. So just understanding that theory, because I'm a musician, because I have music theory, I'm able to take different jobs that maybe just a one genre producer isn't able to do. So while you making trap or while you making R&B beats, you're not able to take the commercials and the licensing and the sync and the scoring films and all of these other checks that's available. So now instead of making $200,000-300,000 a year or even $2-3 million a year, now you're able to make $15-20 million a year. So it's just about the bonuses that you're able to get when you become that triple threat. That MVP player, he's gonna get a lot of money off the court. The commercials, the State Farm commercials and all of these different things where you getting paid off the court. Michael Jordan might not have been the highest paid ball player, but look at the off the court money he was getting from Hanes and from Wheaties and so on and so forth. Space Jam, doing movies, and because of the triple threat that he was. So it's about, doing multiple things very well that assist the one thing that you do excellently.
Man, that is amazing, bro. I love it. I love that even still to this day, you're still driven, you're still inspired, like you still want to continue to be great and do dope things and also put other people on from your city or from Atlanta or anybody else and still continue to grow your brand and build your family. Like that shit is fire, bro. That's inspiring.
Absolutely.
Man, let's get to another track. We still got a few more we got to get to. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Hey.
I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. It mine, I spend it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. It mine, I spend it. It mine, I spend it. It's mine, I spend it. It mine, I spend it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. It's mine,
classic.
It's mine, I spend it. It's mine, I spend it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it.
Hit solely.
Smoking on anxiety. My girl ain't got no stomach. Every time we have sex, she always asks me for $100. I ask her, is she working? She asks me, do I want it? I say, when I went to school, bitch, money was the subject. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it.
Hey, yeah, boy. Come on, man. Another
that
classic.
Song right there, I feel like that was the song that really made Titty Boy acceptable to transfer over to 2 Chainz and just blew 2 Chainz up, bro. That's
Absolutely.
the one that got him going.
Man, a lot of times I got a placement just being there for people. You know what I mean? Like my location, my studio was a place where people could just pull up and sober up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers would be fucked up on a lean or fucked up on drink. Like, Drum, I'm finna stop at your spot before I drive all the way over here on the south side. Like, I'm gonna just stop over there, goddamn. Nigga might fall asleep on the couch. You know what I'm saying? And then wake up like, shit, I'm gonna record something. You know what I mean? And, man, 2 Chainz did the whole True Religion project at my spot.
That's wild, bro.
Just coming over there every day working, coming over there every day working. And shit, towards the end of that motherfucker, nigga be like, damn, Drum, I done did the whole project at your spot. I ain't even got you on that motherfucker. Nigga. Like, play me some beats, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I played, like, again, like a little 5-piece and ended up with Slanging Birds. You know what I'm saying? Everything I got from Slanging Birds. Yo got it, Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Ross, I think, on that joint. Then I did I Just Call Her Boo. I don't know her whole name. Keep it on the low, man. All I eat is low, man. You know what I'm saying? Classic. Went crazy in the colleges. You know what I'm saying? And then bam, I did I walk in and I turn up. In and I turn up. Walk in and I turn up. Then we did I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. So it was crazy. Boo hit the charts. And I think Boo was on another project, but I'm riding around, I'm getting it came out as far as a single. Right after that, that was like the first two Chainz singles. Cause the Titty Boy single was Duffel Bad Boys with Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought that was Lil Wayne record. You know what I'm saying? But that was like the big Titty Boy single. But as far as the first 2 Chainz singles was Boo, I'm riding around, I'm getting it, which took off. And that set up for his deal and the No Lies with Drake, official first single.
Wow, bro. Crazy. And this song, I mean, of course it went crazy in the hood, but then like I know there's a difference between hearing the music like in the neighborhood compared to like hearing it in the club. And like, and then also hearing it in the club, but then hearing it on the radio.
All this shit feel good, man. When you out in the streets and you hearing people, man, I remember being at Sonic one time, random as fuck, you know what I'm saying? But just like I wanted to go back to my high school days. Sonic was one of the spots we'd stop at, get a burger, fries, a slush. They got bomb-ass slushes and shit. So nigga went to Sonic and like literally all the cars that were pulling in and out, you hearing my music. And it was just like damn, like those are the moments I wish I would filmed or have captured. And just to, you know what I mean, show the effect, you know what I mean, that I've had. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and no social media back then either. There was nothing, like barely like MySpace and Facebook. So,
yeah. But I got a lot of shit on camera though. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got a lot of footage. I wrote a book, Behind the Hits. You know what I'm saying? I got the documentary in effect as well. It's super, super, super crazy to just see the earlier stages, the earlier days, and just how effective and motivated and inspired. You know, I don't really see the difference. You know what I'm saying? Other than different hairstyles and shit that we was, you know what I'm saying? You know, big ass clothes and shit that we was wearing.
Man, all right, man. Let's keep it going. This one is actually one of my personal favorites, going back to my college years, and also how big this artist was back then in the early 2000s. And then to know that you were behind this track, I was just like, how does he keep doing this, man? Yeah. Here we go.
What you got?
All right.
Hey Zoe, what up, Chuck? There's a lot of women out here, yeah, and all they want to do is have a good time, Shawty. We got to give them something new to say. Like what? Let's name it something else. Juice box. Juice box. I make a juice box wet, 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 wet. Oh, I make a juice box drip, 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 drip.
Classic.
Yes, I mean that whole fucking chorus, and then also Young Jock on top of that. Man.
Yeah, shout out to Gorilla Zoe. You know what I'm saying? Young Jock. Another classic. They're my guys, man. Block ENT. You know, just creating opportunities, giving us a spot to work. You know what I'm saying? None of that could have been done not having that spot, that studio, and you know what I'm saying? Definitely a classic.
So how was it working with Gorilla Zoe? He was an up-and-coming artist at that time, also under a Young Jock who was really hot, and their whole regime kind of taking over Atlanta, and then being in the mix with that. Because it seems like you're always in the mix with all like the highest labels, the biggest ones, or whoever the artist is hot at the time. How did that connection come about?
I'm always at the bottom, too. Like, you know, I think that's what I'm known for, not even known for publicly, but in the music world, and a lot of artists, they can vouch that I fuck with them from the beginning. You know, I helped Gorilla Zoe make a decision, man, like before he even did his deal with Boyz in the Hood. And everybody was like, man, that's what y'all gonna use for the replacement for Jeezy. Them some big shoes to fill, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of pressure for that slot, first and foremost, period. You know, there's a lot of people gunning for that slot, you know, after Jeezy left. And Gorilla Zoe was like, man, what you think I should do? And we was both hungry. I think we went to Checkers, like right up the street, you know what I'm saying, off Candler Road. Went up the street, Checkers, got something to eat. And on the way back, I was just like, bro, you ain't got too many opportunities. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to make the best out of this opportunity and just, you know, learn as much as you can. And it's crazy, man, because Gorilla Zoe really learned a lot from Young Jock. And that's why I give a lot of credit to Young Jock. He's so dope, like just as a big brother. You know what I'm saying? As an educator, like, you know what I mean? And you look at the blossoms and the flowers that he didn't get, he's gotten, and what he's doing in the personality world and media and, you know, with the radio show and whatnot. And just really, you know, helping people tell their story. That's what we do as therapists, as producers, as artists. You know, we tell our story and sometimes we need help doing that. And as the producer, you know, it was about figuring out, all right, y'all niggas silly as hell. You know, they always joking, always clowning, you know what I'm saying? And Gorilla Zoe and Jock had a lot in common. You know, and they both willing to do they'll clean up. They, you know what I'm saying, I carry your bags, I help you with this, man, you know what I'm saying? They humble. It ain't nothing that they too good to do. You know what I mean? Man, you need some help with that. Okay, I'll open that door for you, bam. Like we Southern hospitality gentlemen. You know what I mean? So it was, you know, helping them, all right, baby. Make your juice bar where I Gorilla Zoe had that low voice and he over here singing it. And then Jock like, okay, ooh, I put it like this, do it like that. Jock a producer for real. You know what I'm saying? He got like that puff in him where he, you know, as far as, you know, directing.
Yes, he had the best hooks in the game. Like when he was making hooks, that shit went platinum, bro. Always.
Yeah, he put together some hits for sure. You know what I mean, in that camp. So, you know, shout out to Gorilla Zoe, man. Man, salute, Young Jock.
Mm-hmm.
Already.
Man, let's keep it going, bro. You know, I could do this all day, no lie.
Classic. Come on, man.
Red light, you know I can't make this thing that official. Believe we had a great night, but I ain't the type to tell you that I miss you. Shit, you don't like that I make this easy. Leave it after sex and on the floor.
Man.
Baby, I know you need.
Classic.
Man, that is my song. I
Come
could
on,
go
man.
on about that all day, bro.
First song I did for August Alsina. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, it don't matter who you put me with. Man, we willing to get in. Man, shout out to Sean the pen. You know, went crazy on the songwriting. Just doing song camps, working day in, day, you know, been up 3 days. I ain't been asleep in 3 days. That's real life. You know what I'm saying? Every day just shooting shots, because I know we on the deadline, and I'm not going to miss this moment. You know what I mean? I got to deliver for these folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? They call me. My manager, shout out to my manager, Squeak. Squeak called me like, hey, man, Noonie got this artist, August Alsina. We got to get in with him. Shit, when you want me in, man? What day? What time? Where I need to be? I'm coming ready. You know what I'm saying? And we did a songwriting camp. I introduced it on my YouTube. You can type in Drumma Boy August Alsina on Drum Squad TV, my YouTube channel. And bam, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole session, we did a recap. But it's crazy, like, just being, again, just delivering when that moment presents itself. And then them folk call that number. It's time to get in the game.
So people at this time have obviously known you as the trap hip hop producer. How did it feel to be in your R&B bag now? And R&B cats are messing with your hits and they're creating something bigger than ever.
Oh man, it's an eye opener. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, bam, okay. You know, I'm showing diversity. You know what I mean? And it's like knocking another one out the park. You know what I'm saying? And I hit it out the park with my left hand, but I'm right-handed. You see what I'm saying? Just to show my, like, okay, I can do it. Left hand, right hand, I can, you know what I'm saying? I can catch in the backfield, you know what I'm saying? In the outfield, wherever you put me, bam, third base, first base, like, that's when it's like, you on some Deion Sanders type. You know, I'm coming out the MLB game, then I go over here to the NFL game, I win me a Super Bowl too, then I come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know, it don't matter the sport. It don't matter the genre, you know, because you have so much love and respect for the fundamentals of it and willing to practice and put in. Just a lot of times we don't sleep. You know what I mean? And we dedicate everything we can to being the best.
I got another one here. I already know.
What you got?
All right.
Behind the hits. Classic.
On the track with a well-known trap.
Hey, I'm well-known myself, so hell, I might as well trap with
This shit can get crazy, dog. I hope you brought your strap with you.
Cap peeling crack dealer. This ain't just no rap deal.
Put you on the track with a well-known
Well, hey, come on, man. Classic. Trap niggas. Boys in the Hood first album. You know what I mean? I did that song and I did Look. Man, and that was like catching Jeezy in that moment, establishing that relationship with him before he went solo. And it was just priceless moments that, you know, I think really gave me that opportunity and that shot, you know, just being familiar with me and knowing, you know, what I'm about and what I stand on and coming from Memphis. He actually, one of the first things he said to me was, man, boy, some of that shit you and Yo Gotti on, that shit crazy. I need some of that shit. So, you know, just people already being familiar with Yo Gotti and that's what's up. Or even Shawty, I got white Shawty, cheap price Shawty. Come on, man. This out the gate, you know what I'm saying? But we was coming out the underground. You know, we going through TVT, we going through Selecto hits, we going through Loud Records, you know. Ball and G was going through Houston, Tila going through Houston. It wasn't many opportunities as far as major label in Memphis. You know what I mean? So that's why they called our music underground. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of the major label opportunities, you know, was coming through Atlanta. You know, Tip and trap music and him taking off and really coining the whole trap music sound. You know what I mean? Jeezy coming after that and Gucci. You know, but Yo Gotti, T.I., Jeezy, Gucci, that's the first generation trap.
With the group Boyz in the Hood, this is also something that was under Diddy's label. They're coming with this new thing, and then you also had a relationship with some of these guys, and even Jody Breeze to even be on that. I thought he was actually going to be next out of all that group, and really going there because his flow on that album, especially on that track right there.
Jody was supposed to go, and my manager was managing Jody before he was even managing me. So I'm just the little nigga coming up trying to get niggas beats. You know what I'm saying? And my manager Squeak and Jody was always on the road doing shows, and you know what I'm saying? Squeak helped put out the first mixtape Jody dropped. I did a track on there called Stacking Paper featuring Slim Thug. You know what I mean? So one moment turns into another moment, just, you know, establishing relationships. That's what it is more than anything. It was like, yeah, we're doing the music, we're doing the songs, but I'm building relationships with people that will turn into bigger moments in their life.
Man, I guess you just got the Midas touch, huh? Is that what it is?
I think it's the will and the desire, as well as, you know, having the knowledge to be able to deliver, you know what I'm saying, and be useful. You know what I mean? People want people on their team that can make a difference. You know, I think I'm a difference maker, and whatever's needed, we fill in that particular blank. Whether how big or small the task is, we get it done. No excuse.
Man, that's what's up. Let's keep it going, man.
Yeah.
More money, bitches.
Coming to you live from
Come on,
city
man.
of Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Classic.
What it do, young nigga? 100.
I am on a 24-hour champagne diet, spilling while I'm sipping. I encourage you to try it. I'm probably just saying that cause I don't have to buy it. The club owner supply it. Boy, I'm on that fly shit. I am with everybody in my past. Don't want me to be, guess what? I made it. I'm the motherfucking man. I just want you to see, come take a look. Get a load of this nigga. Quit frontin' on me, don't come around and try and gas me up. I like running on E. I'm on my Disney shit.
Hey, come
Man,
on.
that was fire. That was fire. That track right there.
Get this shaking something, because that's what Drumma produced it for.
Yes, the shout out. How
Damn, he did say your name in that junk food. Damn.
Yes, how was that shout out at that time? Because this song I feel like came out before Drake even blew out.
Yeah,
He blew up.
This was the beginning. So, you know, it I don't trip off shout outs. I look at that as like a respect, like, man, this will always be replayed and replayed and replayed and replayed and replayed and replayed, like it's history in itself, you know what I mean? So I let it just be historic. I let it be epic, you know what I mean? And you know, that was the 1-in-1 shot. I only got one shot with Drake. So I'm 1 for 1. I'm waiting for 2 for 2 and 3 for 3 and 4 for 4, like, you know what I mean? But we 1 for 1, you know what I mean? So some things you leave special. You know what I mean? And if we ever get another opportunity, hopefully I can get that 2 for 2.
So at this point in your career, what was actually happening with your life behind, you know, just producing and making those beats? What were the things that you were going through, and where were you at your life? Were you in Atlanta at this time, or were you in Tennessee when you were making this beat? Like, what was going on during?
Money to Blow, I think, is like 2006, 2007. We did this beat at Hot Beats Studio. I get a call from one of my guys out of Canada, and he's like, "Yo, man, I'm telling you, man, you need to work with this artist. He from the show named Degrassi," and I wasn't familiar with that, so I went and watched the show and got, watched a couple of episodes and was like, okay, so he rapping, like, bam. I figured soon as I saw, Degrassi Drake, I was like, I know he got bars. Like, he just looked like he's, educated, like he's smart, he knows some shit. You know what I mean? It almost reminded me of like some Will Smith shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, all right, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't turning nothing down. I don't care who it is. Like, I know I can make music with any fucking body. You know what I mean? Long as they believe in themselves as much as I believe in them, we good. You know what I mean? Like, you got to understand and know what the requirements is and have faith in putting that bag up on yourself, bro. This shit ain't free. Like, you gotta put that bag of the studio time, the engineers, the mixing master, man, the right beats. Yeah, you got beats for free from YouTube. Yeah, you got free beats from this. Yeah, you got this beat right here from, like, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't got the right production, the direction, the coaching, the artist development, all of that type of shit behind you, the business model. Telling you, hey, bro, I think we should do this, and then bam, executing those things and seeing profit, seeing residuals. You know what I mean? So it's a lot more into this shit than just the beats. And if you just one of those guys, you're a beat maker. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are producers. I'm an executive producer. So I get the business done as well as make the music. Period. We fill in the blanks. Whatever the fuck got to get done, that shit got to get done.
Well, actually, tell me about how it is being a writer, because there's a lot of times you actually write on these hits.
Absolutely. Like, you got to be involved as a therapist, and as the producer, you already know the rhymes, the patterns that'll sound good on the beat. In your head, this shit already just humming over and over and over and over and over and over in my head. So I'll be a fool not to, hey, bro, try this. Hey, man, try this. Let me go in the booth right quick. Let me lay a melody down. And then the artist might be, oh, hell yeah, fool. Shit, I bet. And now they see they see it. It's like, you got to get people to see it. Once they see it, they're gone from there. Anybody who do anything creative, once you ever saw it, you know what I'm talking about. Like, when you see it, like when you see it, like when you get it, when you realize, oh shit, that's all I got to do. It's like that moment when, damn, that's all I got to do. It's that same feeling. You know you finna win the game. You done got your ass beat on Super Mario 9 times. You can't get past this one part. And then you see it. It's like something you see, you be like, oh shit, I gotta jump at this one particular time when this wheel come back that way, then I gotta jump this way. You know you finna beat the game. That's what it is. That's unlocking the next level. That same feeling.
Man, it's one thing when you really have a drive and a hunger for it, and then being able to hit that home run, there's no adrenaline rush better than that.
Yeah. But that's what life has to do to you for you to see it. You got to get smacked in the face. You got to take them L's. You're not going to have certain wins if you don't have these losses. But you're going to win at the right time. I'd rather win in the playoffs. I'd rather win at the Super Bowl than take some of these losses during the regular season. Okay, we took some of these losses during the preseason. But the whole time we learning. If you're not learning from every loss, you already lost. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so this song was a personal favorite in college. I was just like, oh, these guys are savages and they're living the life.
Play that shit.
I need to see.
Play that shit.
How did this happen?
Play that shit.
Hey, my name is Rocko, and I'm an addict. I'm addicted to money. I love fast cars. I love jewelry. I love pussy, but I don't love these women. I don't know what it is about me. I don't know. That's just something I just can't do it. I just can't help it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I refuse to be in a committed relationship because I don't like this shit. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I need help.
Hey, we ain't going steady. We just be fucking around. Yeah, the sex great, but damn, babe, we fucking around. Girl, you got me high.
Well, that mouse spot. Hey, come on, man. Classic.
That right there.
Come on, man. Classic.
I feel like when Rocko was hot, like it felt like y'all were together, like that tag team, like whatever he made, it had to have your sound behind it.
Yeah, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog, man. We made some incredible music. We missed each other on phone calls back and forth. He got my number on a flyer. I had a whole bunch of flyers made. Shout out to Mark Stock Graphics. I had some flyers made with like all my credits, the songs that I did, and my number on that junk. And I think he was at a barbershop or something. I always go to the barbershops and nail salons and shit like that, just passing out these flyers. So he got my number, called me. Man, I called him back. He called me back. I called him back. We were just playing phone tag. And then we like, damn, when we gonna work? Well, it was like 2 weeks in and shit. I pulled up at 11th Street Studio. We did I'ma Do Me at 11th Street Studio. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Josh. Man, just an incredible moment, man, going in there. That was Future, man. Shout out to Future. You know, he was in there, you know what I'm saying? And we was just in there just vibing, really just coming up with shit. And I had played that one particular beat. And, you know, he loved that orchestral, like street class level of trap music. Like Rocko don't want just any type of, you know, he selective, you know what I'm saying, with what he gonna put his voice on. You see what I'm saying? It gotta be put together. You see what I'm saying? Gotta be put together. See what I'm saying? And man, shit, that he came with the swag, like that whole swag shit, swag season. He was the first nigga to drop that, period. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, my swag season. And I promise you, bro, it just everybody went into the whole swag shit. But man, Rocko definitely like the trendsetter of that whole swag movement, for sure.
So how was y'all chemistry in the studio? Did you guys feel like, I mean, it's for one thing, I know you guys did vibe for sure, but what is it that you took from him, and what did he also take from you, and how did y'all be able to make that come together?
I took direction. I think, you know what I'm saying, more than anything, Rocko hands on, like, you know, he hear his beats a certain way. You know, I'd be in there cooking the beat and he'd be like, man, speed it up. Man, let me get on that motherfucker drummer. And he'll get on the beat machine and start fucking around with some shit like, yeah, do it like that. Yeah, I want that motherfucker to bounce like that. And he'll speed that motherfucker. Like, he really know that shit. I was like, damn, he operating and moving on the beat machine. You know what I'm saying? Man, when we did Snakes, I sampled that shit right in front of him. And he was like, all right, now speed it up a little bit. Okay, yeah. Okay, speed it up a little bit more. Okay. okay, speed it up a little. You know what I'm saying? And he until it felt right. You know what I'm saying? For him, like, you know, as a producer, you will work for hire. And as a good producer, you're able to tailor make for the customer what they want. I want my suit to feel like this. I want my suit to fit like this. You might recommend certain length of a pants leg at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Some guys want to show their ankles. Some guys want to show their socks off. Some guys want certain shit to rise a certain length when they sit down. Certain guys don't want certain shit. Certain guys want a cuff. You know what I mean? So as a tailor, I feel like tailors and producers are similar. That's like the analogy, the metaphor that I can like compare to, you know what I mean? But it's about tailor making and delivering what the customer want and still being able to sprinkle your recommendations, and especially when they accept certain recommendations and appreciate, like, I didn't think of that. Damn, that's a good idea. Damn, I appreciate that, Drum. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. And bam, and just take certain things. Like, you see what I'm saying? Those are like the best relationships and projects, especially group projects. People like that, you know, it's hard to come. You know what I mean? So that's why I've always, man, I be in Rocko DM or I be in Rocko text like, bro, come on, bro. We supposed to have more projects out here, bro. We supposed to been drop more albums. We supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? We did one album, shook the world. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, I've always just like wanted to drop more music. So sometimes it be frustrating, but it's like, man, as long as bro happy and he doing what he want to do, it's just like probably Big Boy and Outkast. Like, I know Big Boy want more Outkast albums out, or wanted more Outkast albums out, wanted to do certain tours. You know what I'm saying? And your partner just chilling, like, nigga, like Future said, shit, nigga, life is good, shit. Like, nigga, just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with that real estate. I'm woo, and you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, at the end of the day, as long as people happy, they living, they family good, they healthy. That's the most important shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's love. So I know you just mentioned family right now, but like, you're about to be a father.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
Man, congratulations to that, man. That's amazing.
In the jungle.
Yeah.
On,
so and this is gonna be your first child, yeah?
Absolutely, man. Young king. Got a young king on the way, man.
Man, how was that process, and like now entering this different phase in your life? I know you also had your 40th birthday celebration, and now you're still also running your record label and executive producing. And now with the book out too, on top of that, and a podcast. And I mean, the list goes on. You got apps, you got all this other stuff going on. Now that you're coming across this stage in your life with your partner and now being a father, what is that feeling like? What is that?
Man, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, you know, a maturing moment, you know, and I think, you know, more than anything, this is something that I was preparing for and just, you know, looking forward to, and just, you know, I think gearing towards, you know, so it's exciting, man. You know, I have an incredible woman by my side, and it's you know, just somebody who can teach, you know, learn and grow and all of these things with you, and be that reflective mirror, you know, of you. Like, you know, she like everything, you know what I'm saying, that I could want and dream for. So, you know, when you find that, especially somebody that brings that reflective, you know, respect, you know, out, I think it's priceless.
So now, being in this phase in your life, how are you going to incorporate music into your child's life?
He's definitely gonna get lessons, you know what I'm saying? Piano lessons, you know, his grandfather gonna teach him some things on the clarinet, you know, drums, of course he gonna learn how to play the drums, and, you know, anything else that he wanna do, of course, sports, and, you know, football and basketball and baseball and soccer and track, and just being active, learning how to swim from an early age. We're a Navy family, you know what I'm saying? So we all in the family have learned how to swim, and being able to, you know, at any moment being pushed into a body of water, knowing what to do, how to react, things of that nature. So, just inclusive, in traveling and being diverse as possible with different languages and understanding different cultures, different foods. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I was exposed to early on, and I'm going to do that same and more for my young king.
That's what's up. And who is he going to be a fan of? Who is his sports team's going to be?
He definitely, going to be a fan of anything Memphis related.
I was going to see if he's going to step outside and be like, I'm a Lakers fan. I didn't know. All right, just making sure. Okay.
His mama, from D.C. So, Maryland, D.C., Tennessee, all the C's, man. Tennessee and D.C., man, he going to be a fan of anything related off through there.
Okay, bet. All right, that's good to know. That's good to know because I know the Grizzlies are struggling right now. So that's okay.
Yeah, they need some more fans.
Yes, yeah, and Ja Morant's coming back soon. You'll have him back.
Oh yeah.
All right, so here, let's get to another one. So these are, of course, the hits of the hits, the ones that have put you in the stratosphere. Let's just go through it. Let's go.
Listen to this track, bitch.
Girl, the way you moving got me in a trance. DJ turn me up, ladies this your jam. I'ma sip Moscato, you gon' lose them pants, and I'ma throw this money while you
classic.
Girl, drop it to the floor. I love the way you put it, girl. All I wanna do is sit back and watch you move and oversee the darkest time.
Come on, man, classic.
How did this song change your life?
Man, I think a lot of different ways, man. I learned a lot of different things. Just seeing, for one, Gucci, how he will always bring everybody together. Like, when Gucci have a celebration or Gucci have a party, like, he bring everybody together, man. And he had just got out of jail. Every time he get out, he booked the studio. He booked Patchwork, the whole studio, A room, B room, all the rooms. And it was like a celebration. And all of the people that was in the room, I think it was more than enough artists, you know what I'm saying, in the building. And probably some artists that might not have worked with other artists if it wasn't for that moment. And, just seeing us, this was a moment where I feel like everybody put their ego to the side. It's almost like you forgot why we out here. It ain't a session. It ain't work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. Everybody just having fun. It was a moment. And we just happened to work during that moment. Wasn't nobody talking about, man, well, shit, man, I'm going to need this or I'm going to need that. Or, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to charge for no beat. Ain't nobody trying to charge for no verses. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just in a contributive state of mind. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, and man, bro, Gucci started working on First Day Out and Abnormal. Everything I do, abnormal, normal. Anything I do, abnormal. Then, bam, while he in the booth doing that, I know I got about 30 minutes. I go to the B room, man, Lloyd Banks, Roscoe Dash, Wale, Waka, Flocka, everybody. Man, it's a whole different scene over here. You know what I'm saying? And all my equipment in here. So I start cooking up a beat. It's about 50 people in the B room. The B room way smaller than the A room. So like, if you ever been to Patchwork in the B room, you know how small that motherfucker get. Man, I got about 50 people in that motherfucker. Man, I start cooking up a beat. About 5-10 minutes later, I loaded up the beat. And one of the few people I seen paying attention was Roscoe Dash. You know what I mean? So as a captain of the ship, so to speak, as the pilot, of the studio, I always enjoy who paying attention. It's like the teacher, the classroom type shit where, all right, you've got the answer, you go in the booth. type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He over here humming some shit to himself and coming up with some shit to himself. So I'm like, man, what you got? Aha, you go in the booth.
That is so lit because it's like you have all these people in this room. They all have their own thing going on. They're all big time. They're all watching you work at the same time, and then being able to come back together, and then someone hears that and it's like, let me get in there. I got this.
Nah, I see that. I didn't hear what it was going on, but I saw it. And I just was like, man, as I'm looking around the room and as I'm making the beat, and I was like, bam. And I'm looking at the engineer like, ooh, this shit. I'm knowing to myself, this shit about to be crazy. But when I look to my left, I see Roscoe Dash down there with his eyes closed. Like saying some shit in his head or saying some shit to himself. And I got down, walk over to the nigga like, bro, what you got? Like, go in the booth. For real, right now, yeah, nigga, go in the booth, bro. And the first words come out this nigga mouth. Girl, drop it to the floor. I love the way your booty go. Nigga, the whole studio started going crazy, bro. Every nigga who was in there hating or whatever, his gal was going crazy. Got that thing moving, like, you know what I'm saying? It was one of them moments. Like, everybody, girl started dancing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, especially if you got the ladies dancing in there in the studio.
Oh man, it was pressure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had to go with it. No Hands on records, you had to go with it because how it made you feel. It just win you over by the first 8. Soon as you hear, listen to this track, bitch. Girl, away your boy. Man, it's like it's almost like every female feel like, oh, you talking about me? Oh, you talking about you know what I'm saying? So it was that moment, like, I don't know, we did that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, you know, those key ingredients of just paying attention and giving the people who pay attention a shot. I don't care who it is, bro. He paying attention. What you got? Even if it didn't turn out to be nothing, we ain't got to do nothing but mute that motherfucker. You can delete, you can do that, you can save it, I can make another beat around it. It's plenty of times I got to get a nigga to go in the booth, just record that shit what you got right quick on this beat, and then bam, we ain't gonna use that what you got on this beat. I'm gonna redo what you got and make a beat around you and do some whole other shit. So I just want to capture how you feel, that spirit. It's like when your soul tell you to say some certain shit, you got to capture that moment as a producer, and that's what I do very well.
Man, and being able to be in that position where you are producing the track, you're creating it, and then finding a way to fit with your artist and feel that energy come from inside, and then being able to bring that out. It seems like you're like a real conductor, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like you are conducting these situations.
Yeah,
you know?
I've always wanted to be the conductor, and I
they need to give you like an orchestra, concert with your beats. That shit
we got
would be
one
fire.
coming. We got one coming. University of Memphis, 2025.
Okay,
very special, something different. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Metro. You know what I'm saying? This. You know what I'm saying? I saw what he was doing. Shout out to Jeezy. Shout out to T.I. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rick Ross. Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Man, as far as the orchestra, I dropped the first video. And I did a video called Drumma Boy, the conductor, conducting my father at his last symphony performance. And, that's like I grew up with the orchestra. That was like my babysitter. And, I think just the way I'm going to deliver my show and the songs that we're gonna replay, obviously, but just the delivery of the performance and the orchestra. I think you gotta stay tuned.
So, how did your father receive your music when you were younger back then, compared to like now when you really had those big hits?
Man, like I made it all the way to 19 years old. I ain't never even tell him I was Drumma Boy. So for me, it was about getting my name as big as possible before this nigga hate on this shit. You see what I'm saying? Because I already knew, you know, even when the orchestra found out I was making beats and this and that, and I got kicked out of school, you know, it was almost like I was looked down upon. Like, oh yeah, you know, your son doing that rap music. You know, when trap first hit, like trap was always a location, first and foremost. But when the whole trap music and, you know, media started pumping this whole trap music and da, it was like, you know, it was almost like hated on. You know what I mean? Because these guys was really taking something that they was doing in real life and telling a story about it and sharing their life stories about, you know, the ups, the downs, and, you know, a lot of balling and whatnot, and we 24, that's all my haters, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, so many different records that, you know, represent the culture. And I like how Tip delivered it, man. It was like, you know, we the refugees of the war on drugs. You know what I'm saying? And being able to deliver our story, you know, and take something that was a location, which was the trap, you know, and the birth of trap music.
So you've been exposed to a lot of different things, especially growing up in Memphis. What made you want to gravitate towards the music more than what was actually happening out in the streets in everyday life?
Honestly, getting in trouble. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of different situations, but one particular situation, like playing the clarinet, that shit ain't like the coolest instrument. You know, it don't, you don't get much respect. Kids might have teased you this or that, woo. They think this shit something that it ain't, and figure that shit out the hard way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get jumped 4 people, woo. I done tore up 3 of these niggas. Goddamn, I done got these niggas out, woo, and it's just one particular nigga that, man, they done left behind. I'm caving his face in with a clarinet case. You know what I'm saying? And bam, some cats save him and get me off of him, woo. Long story short, I get into a lot of trouble. Juvenile and all of that, da. And my mama had another job opportunity anyway, moving from Black Haven to Cordova. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I grew up in Black Haven. So it's complete opposite. I went to Alsina Elementary. You know what I'm saying? So it's complete different environment going from like all black to majority white. But it showed me different sense of humor just with the people, and particularly like even the girls or whatever. Like, oh my God, yeah, totally. Like, you know what I'm saying? You around and you know how to joke. You know, you able to diversify and you know what I'm saying? See what for what it is. There's some people who are, you know, still with the racist shit. I can't hold you for that cool, woo, bam. Just don't come over here or put your hands on me with, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't gotta fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of motherfucking white folks who cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we all got hearts. We all pump blood. Like, man, what's up? Man, Indian, Jewish, white, like, people are people. You know what I'm saying? I love people. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things that I was able to see. Just that, like, you know, I was able to relate to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this man rapping and da. I did a fucking extra credit song for the rap teacher and rapped the quadratic formula. You know what I'm saying? X equals the opposite of B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC. 4AC all up over 2A all up over 2X equals the opposite of B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC. 4AC all up over 2A, and I cooked up the beat. You know what I'm saying? And bam, extra credit. And I'm 15 in math class.
Okay, so when did you know that you were different from any of the other kids, or did you actually have a village of other people that understood you?
I was just a spirit baby. Like I just, all right, man, what you do? I'm bebopping. I'm beating on the counters. You know what I'm saying? Niggas in the cafeteria, we got down freestyling over my beats. You know what I'm saying? Band like, man, spit that shit. Damn, well, you can't rap ugly, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna roast, we're gonna check your ass, we're gonna do your ass in. If you can't survive Memphis sets you up for everything. Like Memphis, the most beautiful and one of the ugliest cities in the United States. So it's like, coming from Memphis, you have to learn how to love that motherfucker. And you gotta learn how to hate that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But once you're able to master both, you're able to come up with this balance where it's like nothing can stop you. So it's like, okay, that brings in the golden child. Being able to go through any different terrain by yourself, solo, with no security, and be able to hold your own. Because really the tip of your tongue, as well as gestures and character and demeanor and sacrifice, preparation. Some niggas don't want to go to sleep at night. Being able to say, nah, I'm gonna just go to sleep. Let me just do some push-ups, go to sleep. So I can be prepared to wake up early in the morning to be able to conquer some of the goals of the day. Like, let's say you got 12 goals in a day, and the people who handle all 12, they get a bonus. The people who able to handle 10 out of 12 of them, they get regular salary. And then anybody who only able to live a less than 7 out of the 12 daily goals, you get less than. That's like real life. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people who kind of miss out on what they could have done. Oh, I didn't want to get up early. I wanted to sleep a little later. You know, I feel like I needed some more rest. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that you got to sacrifice and say, hey, man, I'm going to make this shit happen.
Because I'll tell you what, I am like huge 3-6 Mafia fan. Grew up on them, you know, when I was definitely younger in my teens. And I've always been intrigued with the Memphis, pretty much the Memphis sound and who are the artists that were up and coming. 8Ball and MJG, Young Buck. Are these other artists that you kind of learned from or picked up from and then also had the chance to work with to even continue to help you drive? Because there was a music scene when you were there growing up, but then now you're coming up on your own. Do you feel like there was support there, or were you the one that was trying to find a way to get to the other big artists to see if you could be put on?
Nah, I mean, I always, you know, just put in practice with what was around me. So, you know, when I moved to Cordova, I started learning about areas. I played varsity basketball. So I'm playing all of the different schools like Millington, Bolton, Bartlett, Houston Levy, you know what I'm saying, Germantown, Collierville, Somerville. You know, that was a whole different area. So when we played Bolton, I started bumping into some of the cats who was doing music. They was playing my beats during the warm-ups. So now the Palm Squad, the cheerleaders, the word getting out, man, John got them beats. I got bass tapes. I started off selling bass tapes, $100 a bass tape. You know what I'm saying? Any nigga with a system or Alpines or the you know what I'm saying, the new 15s or the 18s, bam, in their car, they coming to me for the bass tapes as well as other places. But I will make custom bass tapes. Shit that you ain't nobody else got. And it's hidden like ain't nothing else hidden. And that turned into, bam, doing rap groups, you know, producing their music, mixing the music, mastering the music. You know, I did the extra credit for the math class. So now everybody for me, oh, damn, okay, he rap, he do beats. He rap, he do beats. You know what I'm saying? He play on the varsity basketball squad. You know what I'm saying? So either I'm playing ball or I'm running track. You know what I'm saying? So it was just familiarity just throughout different hoods and schools and malls, and I'm at the barbershops and the nail salons and just promoting myself any and everywhere and getting to know cats, you know what I'm saying, and getting familiar. On top of the fact that, bam, I'm sweeping for my older brother. Whatever my brother got going on, I'm playing my beats, I'm playing the groups I'm working with for him. I'm getting on his nerves. Hey, nigga, hey, bro, listen to this. Because my brother was already on in my eyes. He working with 3 6 Mafia. He working with Tila. He working with Slice T. He working with the legends in the city. He cut 3 6 Mafia hair. He cut Ball and G hair. You know, he was one of the top barbers. You know, R.I.P. Insane Wayne. So, you know, I was already had that influence. So between making a name for myself and me bumping into Gotti and doing what I was doing with Yo Gotti, I also got invited to Tila studio through my brother. So now I'm bumping to Tila. Now I end up on Double Dose. Double Dose, Jay Prince paid me $7,500 for 3 beats. That's $2,500 a beat. I'm coming out of high school, getting $2,500 a beat. That's why I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I can't relate to leasing beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, nah, if you finna get this yours, this special. I can't have multiple people rapping on the same beat and then get mad because other people got the same beat that you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never enjoyed doing that. I ain't never wanted to do that. I ain't never want to water down who I am or what my sound is. I ain't never want to water down what I mean to the people, what I mean to the culture. You know what I'm saying? This an exclusive tag that you got to pop. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying, city trends. You know what I mean? This exclusive tag that you got to pop. You know what I'm saying? So we keep it, man, essential.
Man, thank you for sharing that, man. I really appreciate that. This is the last track. I'll tell you what, with this track, I heard this in college. Mm-hmm. And when I heard this, I was already a Jeezy fan, you know, from Boyz in the Hood and the stuff that you're making with him. But when I heard this track, this was the one that really got me hooked to where, like, I need to know everything about how this beat was made. I need to know how Jeezy could make such a hit that just fits him perfectly and his brand and what he's got going on. And I feel like this is the song that was the soundtrack to his career and also catapulted yours as a producer in the game.
Classic. Hey.
And Ziploc that right on my waistline is why I kept that strap. I remember nights.
I used to remember nights. Come on, man.
Gosh.
Classic.
Yeah, bro, this is the reason why I'm wearing this sweater right now is because of that song right there.
Yeah.
That song changed my life. For real.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's the first song that I got mixed by Leslie Brathwaite. Shout out to Leslie, incredible mixing engineer. Just learning even about sounds and the mixing and the blending of the sounds, and just like everybody been awing about the Leslie mixes. He mixed all T.I. stuff and Beyonce and Jay-Z and Pharrell. Like, he mixed everybody's shit. That's the hits. You know what I mean? And you know, just knowing how to deliver in the right way, and getting some recommendations and whatnot and some advice from him. And then Jeezy just giving me the opportunity to not only redo something that I had sold. So the original beat to Standing Ovation I sold to another artist. And I think I earned more of his respect by the way I handled myself and stood on the business. Like, he was offering, Jeezy was offering double. He was mad because the original beat I sold it. So, but this 6 months later after I gave him the CD. So he called me, I give beat CDs to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And the first people, first come, first serve. So, 6 months later, he hit me like, hey man, you still got that beat? And I'm like, nah. He like, man, I gotta have that beat, man. I gotta have that beat. How much you sold it for? Shit, I give you double, I give you triple. I give you 100,000. He was like, man, I give you 100,000, bro. And it ain't about the money. I told him, I like, bro, it's like the dope game, Jeezy. Like, that shit dust. That shit, like, bro, if that shit was 15 pounds, that shit gone. I can't get that shit, man. That shit smoked up, sold up, chopped up, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's the keys, whatever, that shit cut up. Like, you can't get it back, bro. That shit gone. You talking about 6 months later. So I was like, what was crazy is every time I seen Coach K and I see Jeezy, I'd be like, man, bro, give me some acapella. Man, give me some acapella, bro, because that was how I really started making beats. Was taking different acapellas that was on the radio and seeing if I could make a version that was better than what was on the radio.
Yes, and that is so different because, you usually hear the approach from producers that will just create the beat and then have the artist react to it. You're just saying, hey, just put some.
I always knew that a whole song was 100%. So the feeling and the delivery of having vocals on your beat just feel a different way. So when you make a beat with vocals on it, you don't add as much music. You know what I mean? As producers, we want to add and oversaturate the beats and add all this shit that we hear in our head, not counting the vocals. So when you have hit songs that are well developed and well written already, and you got the acapella, it already fills in the blank for the fullness of 50%. So now all you got to do is deliver the other 50%, man. The drums got to be knocking, or the drums got to have a pocket. The drums got to have this particular bounce or this particular snap, or you know what I mean? It's like it's just a feeling. And then, bam, the melodies got to complement the vocals but not over-talk the vocals. They can't oversit the vocals. They can't dominate. They got to complement. So, as working with, acapellas and whatnot, I had been telling Jeezy, been telling Coach K, like, bro, give me some acapellas. So this the moment where now you gotta give me the acapellas. And he was, going through some shit where, albums was getting leaked and songs was getting leaked and shit like that. So he was like, man, you gotta come to Patchwork. And at the time I stayed in Stone Mountain. It was about, 40-minute drive. I probably had like $200-300 to my name. You know what I'm saying? $100 in my pocket at the time, and I like put some money on the gas tank, and shit was like, fuck it, let me go pull up the Patchwork. He turning in his album, Thug Motivation 101 in the morning. And I pull up on Jeezy, pick up the acapellas, drive back to Stone Mountain, cook up a beat around the acapellas, take it back to Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? It's probably 1, maybe 2 in the morning. And he like, nah, man, that ain't it. That ain't it, man. That ain't it. So I'm like, all right, cool, shit. I'll be right back. Go back to the crib, cook up another version, bring it back to Jeezy. It's close. It's close, man. It's close, but that ain't it. I was like, man, all right, bro. On this ride back, I listened to the entire Streets is Talking mixtape. I listened to the entire fucking Trap or Die. And one thing I noticed was this nigga loves some fucking horns. He got horns in every beat. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm like, all right, I gotta put some horns in the beat. That's the sound that's missing. And that was when I really learned how to study an artist and do my research. Like, let me listen to their projects. Let me see what type of beats they select. Let me see what type of feel. Let me see what type of pocket, what type of tempo that they naturally gravitate to. You know what I mean? And you really see that with the early on projects. That's why it's dope to go back and see the history of an artist that you like, because some of the early on projects, which might not be as classic, and some of them are even more classic than some of the latest work, but you're really able to see how they control everything and how to deliver when they're in full control. Creatively, with beat selection, with mixing, with mastering, with how they put out a project versus how the label. And obviously the label got the money and they can do everything great. But it's still, always special to see that your own craft, just from the rawness, like where you came from. You know what I'm saying? But I played the last particular version of Standing Ovation for Jeezy, and that was when I heard his ad-libs live in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard that shit live in person, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I done made the motherfucking album. And I had no clue we was gonna do what we did. You know what I mean? It was just about, you know, honestly, man, making bruh happy. You know what I'm saying? And seeing him smile and seeing, man, Coach K happy, man. We got our first platinum plaque together. It was like winning the championship. That was like a championship moment for me. Battling, going through the playoffs, making it through everything. Like, this the number one hottest artist in the South, in the trap, starting off the sound. Ain't nobody fucking with, bro. Wasn't nobody fucking with Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you talking about a moment. You know, going triple platinum out the gate. You know, classic. That's how the streets really got familiar with my sound on a bigger scale, on a major label scale. Of course, I had the local area in Memphis and Tennessee and Arkansas and, you know, Louisiana with Gotti and the Shawty record. I got White, Shawty, cheap price, Shawty, and of course with when you see me Shawty, pop you collar, then you holler. That's what's up. What up, drummer? Hey, what up, mama? You know, so a lot of them early Gotti records, you know, the Tila records, Tennessee. When the Titans came to Memphis, man, I unified the city, put Haystack, Gangsta Boo, Tila, Criminal, man, all on the same track.
Shout out to Gangsta Boo, rest in peace.
R.I.P., man. So, you know, it's just about doing the best and everything you can for what you stand on, man. My city, Memphis, you know what I'm saying, and collabing with the great Atlanta. And learning so much, getting so much knowledge from Atlanta and pipelining that knowledge and that game and that bread and that opportunity back to my city, Memphis, with our mixtape series, Welcome to My City, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. You know what I mean? Putting my hands on, man, every artist that I can and help and elevate, encourage, motivate, give them the game, give them the knowledge. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Man, thank you so much for spending this time with me, Drumma, and having a simple conversation. I do have one more question to ask you, and I consider you one of the pioneers of trap music. Who else would be on your Mount Rushmore of trap music producers who really forwarded this sound and helped keep it going?
Man, we putting it together right now and telling this story right now. Shout out to my guy Shawty Red. Shout out to Fat Boy. Shout out to DJ Toon. You know what I'm saying? Zaytoven. You know what I'm saying? We coming to holler at D Rich. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Midnight Black. You know what I mean? And of course, man, salute to 3-6 Mafia. Salute to the Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Uncle Luke and salute to all of these, you know what I'm saying, the OGs, you know what I'm saying, who was doing gangster rap and doing, you know, the horror side, you know, music and you know, the Miami bounce and, you know, salute to Lil Jon and even 3-6, you could classify them in crunk music as well. But man, like, the trap was rappers that was actually trapping.
Man.
Period. And yeah, Ice Cream Man and Master P, of course he motivated us and inspired us and woo. At that particular time, it was called gangster rap. You know what I mean? Everybody was talking about trapping because trapping was a mind state. Trapping was a level that, you know what I'm saying, was created through circumstances, and we'll take the best out of what we got and bam, turn something, you know what I'm saying, from nothing. So, you know, salute to the sound, the producers, the artists, you know, the OGs, the inspiration, man, but salute to us. Look at what we have done.
Drumma, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. People, please go and buy and purchase his book, Behind the Hits. It talks about his life story and also puts you on game of what's happening in the music business right now and how to handle yourself in the future. Drumma, thank you so much for having a simple conversation with me, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Hey,
Thank you.
yeah.
Listen to this track.